electioneering is also peaking in Sri Lanka, with the country expected to elect its next president on the 21st of September. The first election since 2 years ago, where the country was fighting a devastating economic crisis that resulted in food and fuel shortages. 2 years on, unbearable costs of living, food security, and fighting off poverty are still very real concerns. While the protests have calmed down, the anger simmers on.
Retired accountant Milton Pereira from Colombo had hoped to use his vote to vent his fury at what he had termed political mismanagement. Pereira died of chronic asthma in December, unable to afford medicines. His wife lives in damp, crumbling quarters in the capital, and ahead of elections, only a helplessness shows through.
This year is just like last year. I'm unemployed. I'm supported by my children. I survive on what they give. From this election, I hope I'll be able to get a new house. We have asked for a new house, since there are 2 families living in the same house, but I don't have much hope.
Street protests that racked Sri Lanka in 2022 are now a thing of the past, with the realization that they did little good. The people hope the power of their vote will. A UN report in 2023 said nearly 4 million Sri Lankans still face moderate food security. It said a quarter of all households had employed crisis strategies, cutting essential health expenses, taking children out of school, or selling farm equipment to make ends meet. Poverty rates rose for the 4th year in a row last year. Around a quarter of Sri Lanka's 22 million people lived below the poverty line in 2023.
This is what this whole election is about. There's a significant number of voters who are trying to send a strong message to the established political parties that they are very disappointed the way this country has been governed since independence.
Incumbent Ranil Wickremesinghe is seeking a mandate to continue tightening fiscal screws in line with a $2.9 billion IMF bailout to stabilize the economy. Inflation is down, interest rates have eased, and foreign reserves grew. 2% growth is expected for 2024. But benefits have not reached the common man. Therein lies the fight.
The obvious coping mechanism that many families have turned to is to try to send one member of their family overseas. And as we have seen in 2022 and 2023 and the first half of 2024, there was a large number of people who went overseas for foreign employment. So many of these poverty-stricken families probably are supplementing their income through remittances sent by a member of their family who is working overseas.
Accountability for the mayhem of recent years, hope for the future. That's largely what these elections are going to be about. The people only hope that they can be a turning point for a better Sri Lanka to come.